This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're here at the 2016 LD Micro Invitational in Bel Air, California. With me right now is Jason Tienor from Telkonet. It's a publicly traded company with the symbol TKOI. Jason, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you very much, Robert. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you. So for our audience that may not know the Telkonet story yet, let's get a company overview first, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. So Telkonet is a public company located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have two main divisions, one that provides high-speed internet access services. Actually, we provide it to this very hotel right here. You're watching us across our internet services. And the second is EcoSmart, which is an Internet of Things clean technology division. What we do is manufacture intelligent products, light switches, wall outlets, thermostats that talk wirelessly to control energy when an occupant isn't in the room. So utilizing cloud-based services, care services, and eco-mobile applications, we're able to save our customers up to 45% of their energy costs.
Okay, so I want to learn more about both of your solutions, both ends of the business. So let's start with the first one again. What exactly are you selling, and who's your target audience? And same thing with EcoSmart.
Sure. So EthoStream is one of the largest HSIA providers in the U.S. We service more than 2,500 hotels throughout the U.S., more than 250,000 hotel rooms, more than 100 million users annually. What we do is we design the wireless systems that go into hotels, we install those systems, and then we provide 24/7 support to the hotels and their guests.
And then for EcoSmart?
What EcoSmart is we build and develop the products themselves. So thermostats, very intelligent thermostats that work based on IR and PIR to monitor when a room is occupied, utilize light levels as well as humidity in order to determine how best to warm and cool the rooms. And then when an occupant isn't in the room, we'll cut down on the heating and cooling, we'll cut down on the energy drawing through the lights, drawing through the plug loads, so that we can save up to 45% energy. We utilize an intelligent system called EcoCentral, a cloud-based analytics platform that monitors all of this, works together in order to provide those savings. And then lastly, we provide tools to our hotels and their guests in order to utilize this platform more effectively and efficiently, controlling lights, outlets, and thermostats directly from their own smartphones.
So let's take a customer, for example. Let's say we're here at the Lux, right? Mm-hmm. This is one of your customers. So what's an example of implementation? How does it work?
So we'll actually define for the customer what their savings could be utilizing different products of ours. They choose which products they want to deploy. We'll come in and we'll replace the existing thermostats, existing light switches and outlets in order to provide a smart environment. We provide the network infrastructure that rides upon, same structure as EthoStream. And then after we leave, we're providing support. We're monitoring the savings, helping the customer to work within their PMS system, the building automation system, and work directly with their utility in order to provide demand response as well. So we provide the installation as well as the support afterwards.
So what are your products replacing? When you're coming in with your value proposition, are they demanding your stuff because they're saying, look, we have all this older things that are currently in there. How is it what you're doing is replacing what's currently in there?
So think about what's in a hotel room today. No matter if you put in a new build hotel with the most efficient HVAC system that's possible, most efficient air conditioning, heating system, that system is still running 100% of the time. So when a guest only occupies a room 30% of the time, 70% of that energy is going unused. Nobody's benefiting from it. So that's what we're replacing. Even though that there's a 100% efficient HVAC system in, we're coming in putting controls on those HVAC systems, on those light switches, and on those outlets so that we monitor when they're being used and turn them off when they don't need to be. So we're replacing traditional dumb outlets, dumb switches, dumb thermostats.
And so I hear a lot of Internet of Things. That's what I'm hearing when I hear your story. So how does that apply to what you're doing? And also, this is just a little curious question on mine. For your customers, what do they see when you bring your suite of products as their most valuable thing? What do they say? Man, we love everything, but that we really like.
So with the Internet of Things in the consumer space, some of the names that you might have heard of are HomeKit by Apple, Nest by Google. These are the same products that we provide, except they do it in a consumer market. We do it in a commercial market. In a commercial market, the savings are far more obvious and far more real. When you think about what you can save as a consumer, your entire energy bill might be $100 or $200 a month. The properties that we're servicing, their energy bills are $1 million a month. So when you can save 30 to 40% of those energy costs, it's very real to them. What do our customers see? Well, there are a number of main benefits when you think about the Internet of Things. It's not just energy savings, it's not just the money that you're saving, it's operational efficiencies. Our ability to cut down on your repair and replacement costs, our ability to cut down on your human resource costs, your engineering costs, our ability to provide cleaning services in a hotel, real-time access to when a room is occupied so that you don't have a maid service knocking on your door when you're trying to sleep. So very real operational savings. And lastly, comfort and productivity. When we can provide exactly what you're looking for, from temperature, from operations of a room, from the layout of a room, when you want it, how you want it, without you having to manually intervene, that's improved comfort and productivity. And lastly, when you can operate an analytics engine that takes all of this data and continually saves it, stores it, analyzes it, and spits back out to you, this is how your building is operating, this is the footprint and flow, you then can operate your building better and build better buildings.
I also want to know about the business model itself. What I want to know a little bit further is there a recurring model in there? Because it sounds like you come in first, you put in all the equipment if that's what they purchase.
Absolutely.
And then now it's, now what?
No, that's a great question. So the initial installation of the equipment is a CapEx purchase. So you're buying the product, we're installing the network. Afterwards, you actually pay a licensing fee for the analytics engine, you pay a licensing fee for our monitoring services. That fee, though, is truly paid off by the additional savings, by us keeping all the equipment up and online, maximizing the efficiency of that equipment, and working with our customers to ensure that their guests are receiving exactly what they want.
And what's the barrier to entry? What's stopping maybe even a bigger tech company coming in and doing the same thing?
So one of the things that you'll understand is because the IoT is so new, the ability to get to market most quickly, the ability to penetrate the market and get customers first, and the ability for those customers to appreciate the products they're using and continue to want to use the same vendor over and over with every new deployment that they give. That's one barrier to entry. Innovation within the IoT is very important as well. Your ability to integrate with more and more products out there so that when a guest walks into an environment, it's not as if they're using 7 or 8 different products and companies. They want to use one cohesive environment, one product. The customer only wants to have to call one person. So being able to innovate, stay ahead of the crowd, and being able to integrate with other companies and have those rooms work seamlessly is very important.
So another thing when it comes to your customer base, is the company global?
Absolutely. So one of the biggest changes this year, we came up with great returns on the first quarter. We saw one of the largest growth rates for our international business. And because of that, a lot of our partner growth, our channel growth, is what's driving that international business. The savings that can be seen through our products are anywhere that you use a lot of energy, anywhere that you want to save energy, and anywhere that there's a variable occupancy. So where you can't predict it, but it's constantly moving in and out of rooms. So, if you go to warmer environments, especially South America, the Caribbean, you can see a return far greater than the just about 3 years that we see in hospitality here. We've recognized in Hawaii paybacks of under a year.
Okay, so the company also just put out its Q1 financials. So what were some of the highlights from that? And I guess it's more of an expansion on what you just said. So.
Absolutely. So one of the highlights of Q1 was we saw over 250% growth in our EcoSmart division alone. I mean, that's fantastic. We've been really investing a lot in the development and in market penetration for that product line, so it's worked out very well for us. And on top of that, our long-term strategy is to move away from a direct sales model and more into a channel sales model. Our ability to grow to more than 50% channel-driven sales for the first quarter was fantastic also. So we saw overall 80% growth year over year in the first quarter, profitability. So it was a fantastic quarter for us, and we continue to expect to see the same, moving forward.
On that note, what are some of the growth drivers for the business? Are from what you can tell me, obviously, Are you guys looking into adding new products to the suite?
Absolutely. So we continue to build out our innovation in our product line so that we can integrate with more of these large partners. Some of the partnerships that we're able to talk about today are partnerships with companies like Johnson Controls, Carrier, Train. We have a master services contract with Train for deployment of our product through the hospitality channel, through their distribution stream. Lastly, just last year, about the same time frame, we announced a partnership with Samsung where their televisions have a capacity within the hospitality industry to control all of our products in rooms. So we've moved away from just traditional controls on the products, traditional controls through the cloud, controls on a mobile phone, to now controls on the television, and a new product line that we'll be releasing this year is voice controls in room. So in a commercial environment, it'll be the first time ever seen in hospitality. We continue that innovation, we continue to grow those channel partnerships and integration with other products that are leading the charge for IoT in the commercial space.
And what's your background? How did you get into this business?
I founded a company, EthoStream, which is our high-speed internet access division, back in 2002, and I sold it to Telkonet in 2007. A little bit later that year was asked by the board to take over Telkonet.
So you've been around for a while.
I've been around for a while.
So again, from what you can tell me, what are some of the milestones and catalysts for the company moving ahead?
Moving ahead, our biggest driver is going to be top-line revenue. We want to grow as a company very quickly. Within the IoT space, it's very young but very fast. So obviously, while we want to remain profitable, we're not going to drive profitability as much as we're going to be driving top-line growth. That catalyst for us is based on what we can do within each of the markets that we service. So as I mentioned earlier, hospitality is the largest market today, but some of the fastest growing markets for us are high-rise MDU and MTU, specifically in New York, healthcare, education, military. All of these markets have a very similar footprint or profile in how they operate, so they give us the same capability to provide savings. As we move ahead on top-line revenue, we're going to continue to innovate and drive new products, so hopefully those partnerships that we have with these larger providers, we become a seamless part of their overall IoT platform.
Is on the competition. Can you tell me a little bit about the competitive landscape?
Sure. Where we see the most competition with what we do is in the hospitality space, but the difference is we started our EcoSmart platform from scratch. We built it in 2009, released the first product in 2011. So the difference between what we have and what our competitors, or what they call competitors in our industry have, is the fact that they all develop products, whereas products are simply a means to an end for us. We developed a platform made up of products, software, services, and mobile applications, a fully combined IoT environment from day one. Our competitors within the hospitality space still only provide products. A couple of them provide some type of software or server-based software, etc. So we truly don't sell ourselves as competitors to them, and we talk with our clients about how we are different and about the value stream that we provide that isn't provided by others. Outside of that, the markets that we've attacked, the secondary markets like higher education, MDU, MTU, we don't have defined competitors. We'll see a couple of the companies that have similar products try to compete in that space, but we're incredibly far ahead. If you think of higher education alone, we've deployed more schools than all of our competitors put together. We've got more than 5,000 rooms deployed at New York University, and they're one of our largest proponents. So we try to continue that pace and continue that drive to stay ahead of our competitors in those secondary markets and drive better growth in those markets.
Okay, so now the toughest question. It's a real curveball. What's the company's website? Where can our audience find more information?
Absolutely. www.telkonet.com.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're here at the 2016 LD Micro Invitational in Bel Air, California. With me again is the much taller Jason Tienor from Telkonet. The symbol is TKOI. Thank you so much for coming.
You're absolutely welcome. Thank you very much.
You.
It's a pleasure.